Thank you for tuning in to the B&RS Show.
Everyone in New York City orders food via delivery. Almost everyone in New York City goes to bars or restaurants or any major city, anywhere for this matter. Everyone orders food delivery. Everyone goes to a bar or a restaurant or somewhere that matter where you need a bartender or a server. You have to deal with them. And usually when it comes to these things, there's a problem when it comes to tipping. And what is a customary tip? And should people be tipped or not tipped?
And should tips be mandatory? Because I've noticed that a few of these services, like the not just like the restaurant services, but like the delivery services.
Oh, if you charge me a delivery fee, you ain't getting a tip.
To me, that's the tip.
That's your tip. If you charge me like a $6-7 delivery fee, that's your tip. That's your tip because I'm paying tax. I'm paying surcharges to the service, and now I have to pay a delivery fee.
And to the delivery people that get upset when that's considered the tip, you should take that up with the company you're working for, because that's not our fucking problem, bro.
That's not. If it's not an insane delivery fee, you'll get a tip. But if it's a delivery fee that's to equal the amount of your tip and then some, that's your tip and live with it. But that's delivery people. I mean this more in the vein of tip versus no
servers.
Tip. Servers, bartenders when you're out. And I feel there's one criteria I judge on you getting your tip, and that's your service to me. I'm not a very demanding person when I'm out. I'm not very demanding. I don't demand you. I don't order crazy shit. I don't make crazy changes. I just ask to be acknowledged in a timely manner. And I also know there are things that are outside of a service control. And being that I've worked around servers, bartenders for the better part of my adult life and my work, my profession, I understand what they go through. So I'm a little bit more, I'll say, I'm a bit more lenient now as I see more of what servers go through than I was at a younger age. But also I feel that there are people who feel just because they serve you, they deserve it. And it's kinda
that to me rubs me the wrong way.
Like when you feel
it's
like
those people
that you serve me, you deserve it. Like, that's your job. You work here, not me. You decided that, so let's remember that.
I didn't tell you to work here. And especially the people that get upset when customers ask for them to be more attentive. Like, there's an episode of Seinfeld where George is waiting for the ketchup and the server never comes, so he's making a big fuss about it. But I've been in restaurants where I didn't have fucking ketchup, and people might take it as a joke because it's on TV and it's George Costanza. But when you're in a fucking restaurant, you have no condiments, you have nothing, and the person's like, what, behind the fucking the thing with their cell phone? Bro, I've seen it all.
That annoys me. That annoys me when it's someone not doing their job. When it's someone who's what they call in the weeds, and that means you're drowning, everything's not going your way and it's out of your control, the kitchen's fucking up. I get that happens. So that person being overwhelmed, I don't hold that against them. But when you said you're standing there laughing and joking with your other coworkers,
especially if we can see
you're doing everything but bringing me that, like taking that 30 seconds to bring me that ketchup. Don't be mad when I don't tip you. And like I said, I work with a lot of people in the profession, a lot of my friends, servers, bartenders, and I feel like because of that, I try to tip better because I understand more of what they go through. But also, I am a consumer, and I've also been on the patron side, and I've had shitty service. I've made at a and it's funny. I'll tell the story here. With some of my old D&B cronies from down here. We were out for one of the coworkers' birthdays. We went to a karaoke spot in the village. It was on like second between second and third. And I can't remember the name of the place. It was a Sunday night. We went to go do karaoke. That's what she wanted to do.
Wasn't Fat Black Pussycat, was it?
Nah, Fat Black Pussycat is on
that's like a West.
Nah, that shit is like that's like on Essex and something. I know what Fat Black Pussycat is. Like I used to work down the block from there. But we went. And I put in a couple requests. It was a few people there, but it was mainly us dominating. I got some requests early, and I saw other people going up. I'd already, put some money in the jar, and the lady was being kind of rude. And speak to her, and I was talking to her. She said, "Oh, when it comes up, it comes up. Maybe if you put money." She said, "Maybe if you put money in my jar, maybe it'll come up sooner." I said, "I already."
She said that to you,
and I said, "I already put money in the jar," and it didn't come up yet. And, she was being a bit, So when it came up, I did it. No harm, no foul. I put another one in. Made sure she put more money in. Still the same thing. Long wait. So I asked her, and she said something to me. I was like, "You know what? I don't even care." I was like, "Give me my money back." I was like, "I want all my money back right now. I don't even care about the fucking song." And there were people who worked there with me, who was service. Like, "Yo, what happened?" I was like, "I made her give me my tip back." It's like, "What?" I was like, "I made her give me my fucking tip back." I'm not gonna give you. You're not gonna talk to me, and treat me like shit. I'm the consumer. I'm giving you my cash. That's my hard earned money.
That is a golden moment.
I was like, "Yo, give me my money back." I don't give a shit. And I did it. I also did that shit at a Cobra Club on Wyckoff. And Wyckoff and Troutman, bro. We went there for Betty's birthday a few years ago. Same thing, karaoke. Tipped the girl, and I was talking to her, and she called security and said I was being rude. And security, security came back and he's like, "Yo, what happened?" And he came in. He's like, "Yo, you came in, everything was good. You was cool, man." The door. I was like, "I don't even know what happened, bro." I was asking her when the song would come up, and and she got mean. I was like, "Yo, just give me my money back out the tip jar, and we good money." Yo, you know what happened? He's like, "Yo, you don't gotta leave, bro. Y'all don't have to. We gonna leave, bro." But I took my money back, bro. I'm not. Yo, you're not gonna keep my bread. People think that these jobs, these server industries, you want to work for tips, earn them. If not, go get a regular 9 to 5 like everyone else, and know what you're gonna make with what you're supposed to do.
So let me bring it to the opposite spectrum right now, because we've been talking about servers and their tip demands, I guess we could call them. Now, have you ever been in a situation with someone where they were just really cheap tippers?
Oh man, if I'm ever out with a person like that, I'll never go out with you again.
I'm glad you said it, because I have a story. I'm not even going to say the girl's name because, honestly, I barely remember it. But I used to date this girl. And me, her, and Christian went to the Applebee's on Queens Boulevard.
Apples and bees?
We went to the one on Queens Boulevard away from the mall. Not at the mall. The one that's actually on the street. We eating. This was around the time I think I was working at Frito-Lay, bro. So I was making $1,200 a week. I wasn't smoking. I was just drinking all the time, but I wasn't smoking weed. She pulls out a calculator when it's time to pay the bill. And that to me made my blood boil. Because me and Christian, we was just throwing cash on the table like it was nothing. You said if someone was like that around, you would never go out with them. What if this was somebody that you were with? What would you have done? Because I ended the relationship on this occasion because of
right there at the table,
and in the car.
In the car. See,
after we left,
we would pay and not deal with it after. I'm not gonna deal with there. But that person, if the server deserves the tip. If you don't want to pay them, fine. I'm gonna give the server the money they deserve that they earned. But you as a person, you're not ever coming out with me to a bar, to a restaurant, anything. I don't ever want to be around you. Not even in a large group. There could be a group of 19 of us. I'm friends with the other 17 people. But if you tell me that cheap fucker's coming, I'm not coming. Now you have a group of 18, and you 16 fuckers could deal with that cheap fuck.
Yo, what the fuck? Did you say okay Google at any point?
No.
Because this shit just started researching all of the shit that you just said.
I don't know.
On its own.
I don't know. Your phone's been lighting up on that whole time. I haven't said. I don't think I did.
We just did the podcast on hacking, and I think somebody's in my shit right now, bro.
We'll see. I guess we'll have to find out.
If I find out who it is, I'm never gonna tip you when you deliver my food.
Yeah, man. But it's just. I feel for servers. I know the service industry, man. And I know that there are people who go out. And it's like if you stay home, if you're going to go out somewhere and you have $100 bill and you have like your bill comes to $101.93, and you think leaving $102 for that $7, like that 7 cents change, is okay? Like, that's not a tip. That's you proving you're a piece of shit.
What if the person deserved that?
Oh, if they deserved it, then you deserved it.
What if it was like you making a point, like you wanted to be petty just as they were petty with their service?
I made them give me the 7 cents. I wouldn't even leave the 7 cents. I'd leave nothing. I'd just leave nothing. I wouldn't even leave the 7 cents. I mean, maybe I'd take the nickel.
Anybody could say that they either didn't tip or that they took back their tips, but as far as you leaving the tip on the table, what's the lowest amount of tip you've ever left that you never took back?
Fuck me, man. I honestly can't say. I couldn't say.
I tipped a Chinese delivery guy one time.
Oh,
I gave him about 40 cents, and it was a few nickels, and the rest was pennies.
Yo,
and I swear to God, that's all I had.
Yo, dude, actually, you say that. You just said Chinese delivery man. Dude pissed me off Friday night delivering my food at work. I ordered the food. I always, whenever I'm gonna order food, takeout there's a Chinese restaurant by my job that I love that makes amazing food, and I order from them, and I'll bring it home, and I'll eat that for dinner. So after intermission, I'm like, yo, that's what I want, so I don't have to go back out. We had the game Saturday. I went to eat, get to sleep, and wake up. We had to record yesterday. I was gonna have a long morning, my regular morning. I was essentially waking up like I would have woken up like if I had to work, and I wanted to go home, eat, relax, and have time. When I called the dude, like I ordered the food, like after the end of intermission, and it's usually it should take about 30-40 minutes to deliver. Like, I'm now standing at stage door and they're signing autographs, and I have the last person there. And I had already called them like, yo, it's been like an hour and 20 minutes at this point. And I told them like, yo, I'm about to leave. If this dude shows up in the next 5 minutes, I'm probably not going to be here. So where is he? And I was like, if my food's cold, I'm not paying for it. The food was still warm, but it took an hour and 20 minutes to come 3 blocks.
Did you call the restaurant direct? Was this seamless?
I called the restaurant direct. I don't ever order on Seamless because I'll explain that to you separately. I don't ever use any of those apps unless I'm up at my girl's house, which is...
Because those apps have the extra charges on it that
fees,
make
those
me not want to tip.
Those wild charge fees, the delivery fee, the surcharges, this is ridiculous. But when dude got there, he said what the price was, and it was like 11.58. Give him $12. That was it. And I turned and took my food down. And I saw him standing there like, look at me when I gave him $12. And he looked at me like, I'm like, my man, you just took almost an hour and a half to come 3 blocks. Are you shitting me?
You see, in his mind, he's going to blame it on the restaurant. He's going to say that the order took long. He probably got it from point A to point B in the time that it was supposed to get there. But, it always goes back to the chicken or the egg. Which one came first?
Nah, like I've been in that restaurant and seen them how quick they bust out food orders. That nigga was dicking around somewhere, and he wasted my time, and he got his 40-cent tip. Next time you show up on time, you'll get your tip that you normally get from me.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that a bartender that simply cracked open a can of beer deserves a tip?
After I leave, yeah, because you've probably cracked over 6, 7
I'm not talking about like at the end of the bill, that's fine. But
every time you crack a beer for me, no, I'm sorry. Every time you take your little thing off, if you have it in your back pocket, someone wear it on their wrist, their elbow, they'll have an elbow sleeve, they'll have a little wristband. Wherever you have your little bottle opener, everybody has it somewhere different. For popping a bottle open for me, no, I don't feel you deserve a tip for that one. But for over the
that,
course
just
of,
leave the fucking cap on.
Yeah,
I'll pop that shit off myself.
But no, after that, I've been here this long time. You are going to be tipped for the fact that you brought us 3, 4, 5 rounds and opened 3, 4, 5 beers for however many people 3, 4, 5 times. You'll be compensated for that. But no, not every time you do it. I'm not gonna $2, $3, $5. No, because that's how I end up tipping more than I spent on drinks.
Especially with these places out here. Like I remember there was a Lantern Hall that's just closed now, but I used to go in there, bro, and I used to have maybe $20, just $20 in my pocket, and the drinks there during happy hour was like $3, and and then you get a free shot with Yelp. If you do leave a Yelp check-in, that's why I wrote it into the script for the thing.
I know.
So I was there all the time. But then I started noticing that I would pay $3 for a drink and then leave $2 tip every time. I'm just like, yo, I'm buying a $5 beer. So I'm walking towards that bar, and I see other bars that say like, $5 beer and shot. And in my mind, I didn't calculate that was the better deal, and I just kept going to this one place to just keep doing this same stupid shit, which eventually drained my bank account a few times. You already know how that.
But that's how it goes, man. People just don't realize, don't pay attention all the way, man. And I mean, like I said, all my and trust me, whenever I take anyone, that's one thing I do too. If I go somewhere and I'm visiting someone and you taking care of me, whatever you not charging me financially on that check is going in your pocket as tip. And that's why
last night when Danny comped us on all the drinks, and I gave her my card. I was like, yo, just swipe it and I'm gonna leave just tip.
Yeah,
just charge me tip.
That's why I told you to go get change for me so I could keep.
Because it was at that point we drank a lot on their dime. Like, that's cool.
And now he said, pay the bartender. And like that's a lot of people say that. Like, take care. That's why a lot of DJs make sure you take care of your bartender. If you take care of your bartender, that's one thing I've learned. If you take care of your bartender will take care of you.
I'll take care of you.
That's how new bartenders. I establish relationships with new bartenders in places where I've never been. By waiting patiently and calm. If it's busy, it's a madhouse, it's in the house, I can wait. And they notice that. And then also, I'll tip you. But I will tip you according to the level of service I receive.
Just do me a favor, and if you guys ever see us in a restaurant somewhere, don't get too close if we're eating, man, because you're going to fuck with the quality of service that we're having, and eventually the server's going to come after your ass.
Yes, sir.
So you guys know where to follow us, man. At B&RS.
Because we do the fucking, you heard?
Thank you for tuning in to the B&RS Show.